Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this field of cows. Because today we are going to talk about, or at least I'm going to talk about, a sentence that features a field. Although not with cows, but with sheep. And there you go, the background has just changed. And that's the marvel of the 21st century technological marvel? Oh, whatever. So let's begin.
Well, right, this isn't going to be very easy because it has a long word and all sorts of craziness to it. But let's start and hopefully we'll get through it quickly. The first word is not that awful. That is correct if you ignore the A, but that would be hobar. So hobar is actually different. Hobar is not scramble, but although, or yeah, that makes sense. Although something happens, well, probably with the sheep. Oh, lambs. Although the lambs, you see what I did there? I just literally skipped the explanation on the because that's how I roll. You probably know that anyways. Right, so that one, it's probably, well, yeah, listen, or actually, this could be, it literally means listening, or to listen. We also use it to actually refer to things or people or the subject that is being silent. So they are not listening for something, because if they were listening for something, then there should be something after the word. For instance, listening to the radio or listening to other people, but the lambs are not listening, they are being quiet at the moment. So the lambs are silent and they don't do something, I assume, or aren't. Let's figure it out. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So this is something I have no idea about. What would you say in English? Because the translation is ba. But is that the word? I mean, in Hungarian, beget is kind of description of the sound, but well, I don't know. So although the lambs are silent and they are not buying, is that a thing? Well, could be. I wouldn't know. Then a comma and a new thing starts, a new sentence. And let's start with the easy ones. So loud, okay, something is loud. Is it the field? Is the field loud? Well, it kind of makes sense, although I'm pretty sure about the end of this. But the reason I'm pretty sure is because there is no attachment on the word field, mezu. That means, basically, it cannot be a place. If you remember the cube, everything that describes a place has an actual ending. And without the ending, there is nothing you can do. Now, I know that it's kind of a common mistake when it comes to other speakers, speakers of other languages, to ignore the ending. That means you would think that because this means field, and field is usually a place, you would just go ahead, perhaps, who knows, I mean, you're very smart, I know, but could be, you would go ahead and just use it as a placement expression in your sentence, which I'm referring to the English sentence. And that's bad, because it would be a mistranslation. Because the field is loud, because of that. So, what can you do when it comes to Google Translate or any sort of dictionary about these long words? Well, long words, statistically, are compound words. So that means if we remove the ending, well, I guess that was it, but you might need to go further in other cases, and anyways, long story short, you might need to just further separate the possible compound word members, if that makes sense. But anyways, so yeah, it's a cricket song, yeah. Loud, with cricket songs. Very poetic. Now in English it's quite poetic, but you would say the crickets are loud or something like that. You can rework this. However, Hungarian by default is more often than not quite poetic, and English tends not to be, or at least not always. So that is the quick translation of this. So, yay, we're done.
Well, wasn't that insanely wonderful? I know, it was. But you might think it's a little bit on the hard side, simply because this was a sentence that featured actually 3 sentences in it. Now, don't you worry, because you can always work everything out by simplifying your life. I don't mean getting rid of all your credit cards and bank accounts and just live on the field with the cows. I mean always separate sentences. Always remember that places must have attachments, nouns describing places, and most importantly, separate your long words, because you might find multiple roots in them, such as the cricket song. And of course, once you translated a sentence, chances are you need to rework it to make it sound more English, if that makes sense. Simply because English and Hungarian are 2 different languages with 2 different cultures and 2 different grammar rule sets. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this brilliant Wednesday episode. Please consider sharing, subscribing, and as always, don't forget to check out the document. Simply because it contains upcoming ideas which you can give me using the document, and also it has all the historical data about the episodes and all the sentences that we have translated or written. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye bye!